Hey guys, it's Lizzy. Today I am filming a Q&A. I had posted on my Instagram and my TikTok account to leave me some questions. So I have like 3 pages of questions. I'm going to try to go through them kind of fast. So I'll just go right into it. The most common questions I get asked. How old am I? I'm 19. Where are you from? I'm from Delaware. I live in Delaware. Born and raised Delawarean. How long have you been dancing? I've been dancing for 14 years now. So I started when I was 5. And why did you start? Honestly, because everybody else in kindergarten was doing it. And I wanted to do it too. Now, I'm going to start with questions from my friends or people that I know. Kendall asked me, how do you respond to hate in person or on social media? On social media, I feel like I've gotten better at responding to hate. I kind of just ignore it. When my video went viral, I was 16, so it's been about 3 years. In the beginning, I took every single thing to heart. I was made into a rotisserie chicken video, which people keep bringing up. But if you want to make fun of me, just come up with more creative content because it's already out there. But in person, I've lost a lot of friends throughout all this. Dance friends, school friends. I feel like that's just kind of how it went for me. I don't really get a lot of hate in person. I feel like most people kind of keep to themselves or hide behind a screen. So Maggie says, what inspires you the most in dance/life? I think the thing that inspires me the most in dance and life in general is when I get messages from adults or parents or kids that are 12 and under, and they tell me that I'm the reason that they started dancing and stuff like that. I feel like that's why I keep going. I love dance, don't get me wrong, but sometimes it's kind of why am I doing this? But I feel like if I can help others realize their worth, then maybe I'll feel worthy. I don't know if that makes it. That sounded really deep. We'll just continue. Angelina says, any convention classes stuck out to you? So I went to Jump Philly and I met Angelina and Kira and Miranda and a bunch of other people from their studio. And when we were in hip-hop class, they were cheering me on. And if you know me, hip-hop is not my thing. It just doesn't work for me a lot. But they were hyping me up and it was really fun. And then we stayed for tap class and had no idea what we were doing. Abigail asks about a weird talent. Basically, I can crack my left big toe on command. I'm not really going to show you because, foot fetish people scare me. But if you can imagine, that's my left big toe. She likes to crack. Katie said, outside of dance, what profession would you be doing? I really want to be a forensic anthropologist. So if dance doesn't work out, I really want to do forensic anthropology, which is when they look at the bones of the bodies and figure out what happened to them. But I've also really gotten into helping and watching people and families with kids on the spectrum. There's a YouTube family called Fathering Autism. I've been watching them for a while now. They've brought to light a lot of problems that I didn't realize that autistic people have. I feel like something in the autism world, helping kids on the spectrum, whether that be an ABA therapist or a translator or a respite worker, something like that. I don't know. Kendall says, if you could spend the afternoon with any celebrity, who/what would you do? In the dance world, I would probably pick Andrew Winghart. I don't know. He used to teach at Jump, I believe. And when I went to Dancerpalooza, he ran an intensive that I met a lot of friends there. But the way his brain works is really intriguing to me. So I feel like if he could just kind of explain how his brain worked in a way that comes up with crazy things. Ava asked, who is your biggest inspiration? My biggest inspiration is probably my now former ballet teacher, Miss Heather Reynolds. She was one of the reasons I kept dancing. If I ever had a problem, I would go to her, whether that be a problem with somebody else at the studio or a problem with my mental health. She would always be there for me. She saw me for me, not because of my body type. You don't find those dance teachers a lot. She is one of the few local teachers that I feel has accepted me for me. And I always appreciate that. Kirsten says, what is something that was frustrating in the moment but has made you a better person? I would say I've been to multiple studios. One of the studios that I was at, one of the first 2 studios I was at, was really challenging for me. I was not given the time of day. I was not given corrections. I was not looked at. I was not Like, I wasn't learning. I was there dancing, but I wasn't learning. I would cry every night when I got home. I would cry when I was there. One time we had a two-piece costume, and I'm not like a two-piece costume type of gal. I put up the costume, looked at me in the eye, and said, if I wanted to fit in this costume, I would have lost 100 pounds by now. And I had to keep going to that studio just because, at that time I didn't think I was going to be a professional dancer. Like, I hadn't gone viral yet. And so I didn't really think I had a shot. But when I went viral, I realized, like, I need to get out of here. And I need to get that better training. I need to find people that accept me for me. So I feel like that's changed me a lot, because now I know when I want to be a dance teacher, I know now what not to act like, because I know what it feels like. I don't know. That was really deep. I'm just gonna... Bella says, what's my biggest dream? Probably to tour with an artist. And then I would really, really, really love to teach at a dance convention, just because I've grown up in the convention world. And I know what it's like to be the kid in the back who doesn't want the attention and loves dance, but, like, doesn't want to be the center of attention, doesn't really care about a scholarship, but just wants to be there to dance. And I want to make sure those kids get the same amount of attention that all the other kids in the convention world do. Kristen says, what was my favorite dance role? At my first studio, I was in the Nutcracker, and when I was 13, I was Mouse King. And that is my biggest flex. Now I have 2 questions from friends that are like joke questions. Luke says, how are you so fierce? That's you. If you go on my Instagram, you'll find Luke, and you'll see that he's a really good dancer. And his movement quality is insane. Next, we have Brendan, who asked me what my favorite aesthetic is. As I now know, there are two meanings behind the word aesthetic. You can either be like your clothing, or what you like the beach or the mountains. So for clothing, as Brendan knows, I would say homeless, which really just means comfortable, like a t-shirt and jeans. Like, that's it for me. But my aesthetic is clouds. I love clouds. Like, I like looking at clouds, and I don't know if that's a thing. I really don't know if it's a thing. But yeah, okay. These are questions from my Instagram. Sophie asks what your most meaningful performance was. When I was at my second studio, I had my first solo that I did for a scholarship audition, and my dance teacher choreographed it in memory of my mom. This year, I actually used the same song, but I did all the choreography myself and did the dance for my mom again. The video is up on Lizzy.dances YouTube if you just, like, look it up. But that was probably the most meaningful performance for me, because it was my first solo, and it was also, like, my last solo, and I choreographed it myself, and it was for my mom. What's my favorite style of dance? Probably contemporary or ballet. Liliana asks, did your life change after Jordan Matter? Not really. As many of you know, my video went viral before I was on Jordan Matter, so my life had kind of changed before Jordan. Nothing really happened after Jordan. Abigail asks what my favorite makeup product is and why. Glossier Boy Brow. I have it on now. Tinted brow gel. It's just easy. And now that people only see me from, like, my eyes up, as long as I have my eyebrows done, I feel good about myself. Anya asks if I'm competitive. I'm very competitive. I am a sore loser. My friends will agree with me. I've cried over Monopoly games since I was, like, 8. Because if I don't win, then we're going to have to play again for the next 5 hours. And I know that's terrible. Like, I know it's a terrible thing, but that's just kind of how it's been. Maria asks who my favorite artists are. Tame Impala, Chef's Kiss. Duckworth, Chef's Kiss. Frank Govan, Chef's Kiss. And Rex Orange County, Chef's Kiss. That's kind of like my vibe right now. Hallie asked who my best friend is. If you know me, I have a very small group of friends. I don't really talk to that many people. That's just how I am. I know I seem like outgoing, but I'm only outgoing to people that I know and that I've been friends with for a while. So we're gonna move to TikTok questions. Evan asks what my biggest pet peeve is. I would say loud chewing. Like, if you're chewing loud, I'm gonna need you to rein it back down for me. Like, it just, like, messes with my brain, and I just, like, want to scratch my, like, ears out. Michaela asks, how do you grow on social media, asking for a friend? I don't know. I don't know how you grow on social media. When I had posted my video, I wasn't trying to get followers. I had, like, 900 followers, and they were all my friends and family and stuff. And then somebody found it, and it went viral, so I don't really know how to tell you. Though I do feel like if you try to force it, or if you like try to be famous, then it's not gonna work. Michaela says, do you want kids? If yes, how many? I don't know if I want kids. If I do, I feel like I want to adopt, just because I was basically adopted by my aunt when my mom died, and I feel like I want to help kids in that same situation. Lenora says, have you ever thought about quitting dance because of the hate? Yeah, so I'm actually taking a break from dance right now. I haven't danced in like 2 weeks, just because my mental health is not the best. I've never like fully quit dance. The longest I've gone is like a month without taking a class, and then I always go back. But right now I'm actually on a break. I think it's good to take breaks sometimes. I think a lot of times we focus so hard on dance and we don't realize that there's other things going on in the world and other things going on in our brain that need to be taken care of, if that makes sense. So I'm learning to put my mental health before dance and social media. Bubby says, biggest struggle growing up. I would say being in and out of the hospital with my pseudo tumor. I was in and out of the hospital for months, and the hospital was 2 hours away from my school, and the school didn't want me missing any more school, which wasn't really possible. So I had to start homeschooling shortly thereafter. My video went viral, so like everything makes sense, but I feel like that was the hardest time in my life because you're going into high school and it's supposed to be like, you're a high schooler now, like you have all these friends, you're gonna go to these parties, and I never got that experience. I never really made a lot of friends in high school. I don't really talk to anybody from high school anymore. I don't really talk to anybody that I went to school with anymore. We've all kind of just like separated, even though I live in the same town as most of them. But that's the tea. Kaylin says, favorite dance category to watch/do. To watch, I would say tap or hip hop, just because something about like competition hip hop dances are like if you know, you know. Tap most of the time at conventions is not good. However, if you see like a Denise Wall or a CC & Co. or like a Prodigy Dance or like any of the big name studios, crazy at tap. Love it. I'm gonna sneeze. So yeah, that's all my questions. If you have any video ideas, let me know. I don't really know what I'm going to be doing on this channel. I can cook for you. You can do dance videos. You can do shopping videos. You can do thrifting videos. We're just going to kind of like go with it and see what happens. So if you liked this video, please give it a like. If you want to subscribe, that'd be nice. And follow my Instagram and TikTok. My Instagram is Lizzy.dances. My TikTok is Lizzy_dances. So yeah, thank you for watching. That is my bad accent that I do when I'm nervous.